this guy mid and they pick something else. We lean towards the Spectre. We talked a bit about the Necro, but at the end they go for the Jackboy Gyro, which is, if I'm not mistaken, one of his best heroes. Yeah, his Gyro is really, really strong. A good way to deal with Eidolons.
This is also the first mid Shadow Fiend of the tournament.
My God, you really did your research on this one, didn't you?
I did, because we talked about this with John, who currently doesn't like the mid Shadow Fiend in a lot of games. So I did check it up, and I was like, yep, it's only carry. So this is the first mid SF that we're going to get. So a caster build, most likely. At least if you think about it, with a Doom carry, armor items might be coming up. Jabs might also opt for that. So it kind of leans into like Sanctity. Should I go minus armor, right-click damage? We got a Gyro who does the right-clicking. Maybe I'll go caster build instead.
Yeah. Much more even draft compared to game one. Game one, we went in. I said, nah, this is not happening. This is out. This is going to be very much for playtime. And it was. I did not think it would be in that fashion, to be fair with you. It was very dominant. This game, no, the drafts feel a lot more even. I like the Gyro last pick and the mix of damage, right? Shadowfiend can go all in caster builds, and you have magic damage to deal with. Oh, pipes and BKBs. But Gyro's outputting massive physical. Oh, crap, we need Assault Cuirass and some more armor items. So tough for playtime to itemize. But I think the team fight of the Earthshaker Enigma's too good. 2-0 for playtime is my overall prediction.
Well, they definitely have a strong draft going their way. But Glyph, they're not coming here from a 4-0 group stage just to get 0-2'd in the playoffs. I mean, they did have a one-day break in between. Now you just gotta hope that they spent it correctly, because you are facing elimination from the tournament if you cannot tie this one up. I'm feeling the playtime draft a bit more, but I do want to give the what's it called? The
benefit of doubt?
The benefit of the doubt. That's not. Thank you. You've read my mind perfectly. The benefit of the doubt for Glyph that they're able to tie this one up, because I'd love to see the series still go for game 3, that Glyph can show what they're truly made out of.
I would love Glyph to win the series overall. Like in my honest, like personally, I don't have any connection to playtime. I don't know any of their players. Like obviously, South America has been a very good region for me. But you have some like personal connections to some people, and you don't. Glyph, I do. I want them to win. I want like in my bias is showing. But draft-wise, I think playtime has gotten the better draft this one. Not as much as game one, but still better in game 2.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to a friend I got to meet in a couple events who's also attending here. I think he's accompanying Glyph this time around, my friend Lotus.
Oh, I don't know if you've ever met Permasneeze, but he's the manager of Glyph as well.
Yep, that's it. Yeah, I know Mike. Mike's a good boy. All right. Gonna be fighting with the fissure block already placed down on the stairs. Blood grenade gonna connect onto Zeal. Schofield doesn't really have anything else except for that level 1 fissure cooldown, so he won't be able to battle it out completely. Just trading hits with Narman, as bounties have already been taken. Joken gonna get hit by another Infernal Blade. Wits and El Michel, this could be the first blood right here. Snowball is gonna connect onto the inch and trying to make a run for it. Let's see if he's going to be fast enough on his feet. He's got the boots, so a couple more hits. The Tango regen, 4 HP, or 3 HP even to be more accurate. Jokem makes it out.
Ooh, very
close.
Very cute. If you saw Wits, by the way, he knew that El Micho was the one snowballed. He moves to the side, but not far enough that he's able to actually survive. But what does this mean? It means that, hey, Jokem has like very little health. He's not going to be able to do too much. Might have to consider leaving the lane, healing up, and then TPing. Not ideal, that situation.
So that did give time for the Darkseer to prep for the lane with a double Iron Shell, with the Ench still coming back from the chase off of the Tusk. Wits will now take the lane for himself. Double Bracer build.
Ooh, I like that. I mean, I'm seeing double bracers come out on a lot of Undyings, even the previous game for Narman, because you get like, what, 50% extra strength? So it's basically a free bracer every time you transform.
True. Helps with the Flesh Golem as well, because you get that extra strength, like you said.
I was talking to Tultris about these items upgrading. Wraith Band, Null Talisman, and Bracers. Like, if you can make them into, like, Vamp Brace in the old days. And I love those items because of how effective they are early on. And also of how they fall off. I think having them upgrade is a bit too much.
Schofield doing the ring around the rosy at the Lotus Pool, just dragging that creep wave around in circles. Trying to stall the push. Also, I want to highlight that it looks like I might jinx it as I say it, but no pauses so far. Looks like connection things have been sorted out. So I also was struggling on that end. So spent a lot of that last game figuring out like what is happening to my toaster. So now toaster is fixed, and everything's looking pretty solid for now. Schofield being chased by some tombstone zombies.
There's Abed. Wooey. Melee matchup against the Shadow Fiend. Very much struggling at this point. It does have the ball, but it's only got one sip left. Sometimes, yeah, that won't quench you when you're really thirsty. A sip is worse than nothing sometimes.
Yep, and if you drink too much and you're very badly dehydrated, that can also be the death of you, if you knew that.
Really? How come?
Your body gets too much at once. That's why we have balance in all things. That's why Ember Spirit is so wise.
Okay. When you said drink too much, I was like, you know, then go to sleep and then you wake up afterwards. You have to go to the bathroom. That's never fun. But dying seems a bit worse than that.
Yeah, but I mean, waking up in the middle of the night to the bathroom is also pretty horrible. So
I'd still rate death as worse than that, to be fair.
I mean, if it's yours, I don't know. I can't talk from experience. So that's a pretty grim topic. Let's rather watch video game characters fall.
Shiny.
We do not have any kills so far. Enigma also has the least CS, but it is shared with. I mean, it's shared with the Shakers, so technically they have 16 last hits together.
True.
It's not bad.
Do we get to do that for Glyph as well?
I mean, Glyph is already looking a whole lot better. I mean, it doesn't take a lot compared to last game, but this is a major improvement already.
Yokam loses his courier, a small win for playtime, but they're 1,000 gold ahead, and he gets the water ruin, but might...
And a first blood, maybe a couple more hits. Again, he's going to have to use the snowball, but Abed should be on point here for the kick and the smack, and El Misho will be the one to get the first blood. And El Misho does get traded by Sanctity.
By the way, he actually used his salve right before he snowballed to try to regen a little bit more, but unfortunately it didn't work out for him. Ooh, great tombstone!
And the blood grenade, the zombies are gnawing at jabs, and Armand does get the last hit. The good thing about the tombstone is the neutral camp is busy hitting zombies, so the Enigma couldn't draw aggro.
Yes. By the way, Narman's tombstone in previous game was also amazing. There was one fight which was in the dire triangle. He dropped a tombstone. That was the one fight they won, and the tombstone did a lot of work.
And now also under the tower, Jokum and Jackie Boy's here as well. I mean, they do have that zombie man still paying attention to this bottom lane. So you also highlighted the fact that this Tusk should be on the move, and that's exactly what Jokum has been doing. Darkseer is doing his own jungle action, and this has already given them a couple kills now in this bot lane, and it's getting pretty difficult for the Enigma to play this.
It is. Even Wits is not like farming as well as Sanctity. Sanctity has demolished Abed. And Abed's having flashbacks to EWC. I don't know if you saw it, but there was... Wait, Sanctity could be in trouble. Or now he's not.
Jokum is playing like Schofield, honestly. Like, I love the activity he's bringing in. He's got the boots. He's kind of preparing that he's going to be all over the place. And now the ball on down for a rack, and see will get a second kill for himself now. 4-1 for Glyph with a 2k net worth lead. Things looking pretty good. 6-minute rune also spawning. It's only going to leave Abed alone to contest the top half. Schofield, is it going to be on the bottom end? It's going to be at the top rune, and that goes for Sanctity. So another rune away from the Earth Spirit, which is really important for Glyph.
Overall, it has just been looking great for them so far.
They're going to go for Abed here as well. Does get the roll out in time, though.
Doesn't matter. Sanctity.
The two heroes that don't have a stun making the gank on a hero that can roll away. It always feels a bit awkward, but you know, it is a warning sign.
There's your stun.
Snowball. There's your stun.
Jokan, can he nail it? He does.
Does he have? He doesn't have mana for tag team though. So he doesn't get the slow, which was kind of required. Okay, we got a rocket coming in, and Jokum's going to keep up the pressure on Schofield. So I think Tusk should be able to get this one. Blood grenade to help him out. Bonk to the face, and a quick smack as well. That's Jokum picking up the 5th kill. Look at bottom though. 7-minute wisdom is spawning. We might get a battle for it. Narman is already invading. Zeal is also securing the one for Glyph. So double wisdoms for Glyph. Everything is going right now.
It must be the side advantage, you know. Apparently Radiant wins more. I didn't realize they were going to win regardless of which team is on them, because they have... This is the same script as game 1, but different actors are playing it.
Different actors. Actually going to look at that. Yeah, actually Radiant win rate is 63% this tournament.
Nearly 2/3 of matches are going in their favor. As the scriptwriter is like, all right, we're going to give one team game 1, then the other team is going to win the exact same way in game 2. They'll never see that one coming. So far, though, Wits at least is doing a decent job in the farming up, but Jabs and Abed are support level of poverty right now. And Sanctity is going to go for the magic build, which you mentioned being really good in this game. He is so fat. Fat with a capital PH, by the way.
Oh, the PH, right. Fits the theme.
Pat. Oh, here we go. Sanctity by Schofield.
Setting up for the Requiem and a double raise. I felt pretty good taking down another one. Sanctity opening up that mid tower, though it is still 1.5 minutes until the next catapult's going to spawn. They might have to back away from here, get rid of the wolf, and just force out the glyph. That should mean they have a window to take that tower down in the next minute.
What will Playtime do to recover from this? Because you have a similar problem to the previous game that Glyph had. Your supports aren't playmakers. They kind of maximize or multiply your own strength. And have you ever multiplied things by 0? Not pretty.
It is not pretty. Joking gonna take the fight to El Micho. It's a lot of healing with Fairy Fires and Magic Wands, but still getting hit by decays. And another Fairy Fire, really taking him on a bit of a walk. Can't dive under the tier 2 tower.
Huh.
And that's Power Treads as well, picked up on the edge.
That's his style, by the way. He actually has taken no points in the heal and is maximizing impetus shots for the damage. Huh.
Yeah. I guess they need some early damage. They're not necessarily going to provide that. Wits and Abed do find Narman.
Wits and Abed in the morning.
I was worried, like, is that a neutral creep running and then denying? But that was actually it was like a Dominator creep.
And luckily for Zeal, he's already got handled the Dominator using that creep as well with the Ion Shell to push out. And he's like, I don't have to be there. I'm working from home today.
See, they are now pressuring that mid tower we were talking about the 10-minute mark because they have the catapult rolling in. So that mid T1, and there's only an Earth Spirit just keeping his eye open. If they can make a rotation there, they have Doom.
Radiant's bottom tower is
But if they don't have a clean opportunity to go, then they will not make an attempt. They'll just stick to their farming patterns. So Sanctity finishes off the mid T1. Crazy net worth numbers as well. It's like it's just reversed from game 1.
Yep.
But 5.7k on 2 heroes. You have a 5k net worth Darkseer.
It's brutal. It is certainly an incredible lead by Glyph. But I will say the comeback potential from Playtime is significantly higher than the previous one, just because you have Black Hole. And Black Hole makes everything possible, basically. So it is bad. It's just we've seen so much worse, and we've seen that much worse be a comeback. As beautiful farm there by Jack Boys.
Yeah, he's already got the Crystallis. First piece towards the Ags. So making progress with his items. This Gyro's going to hit some very early timings too. So if you think about a team fight where if the Gyro is not in the black hole, that flat cannon is going to do a hell of a lot of damage on these pretty soft heroes, because Enchantress doesn't get any benefit from Untouchable. Enigma doesn't have any armor early on. It's going to be pretty tough.
He's going for Boots of Bearing on jabs as well, just to help him sort of go in it, weave in and out of the fights. It's very good to use right after you get vacuumed, as Abed rolls to safety. Almisho should be okay.
That's so weird, like, with the attack speed slow, he's already done the animation and then he gets stunned after.
Oh, that was very cute. Not bad. Solid farm for Schofield right then and there. As Darkseer, Azil's going for an interesting item, the pipe first, feeling like there's so much magic damage on the other side, which he's very right about. Like, even Wits with the Radiance and the Scorched Earth is mostly magic damage. I feel like for most of the game, in fact.
Trying to block the Dominator creep here to get the money for Wits off of Zeal's Mr. Mustachio, the Pine Cone. Does get the money from it. Wits does work with pretty low resources here in this lane, so he doesn't really have the opportunity to just drop a casual Doom and try and hunt for a kill. So he's just holding on to it, just using all of his other resources for Scorched Earth, for the neutral abilities.
You know, it's stabilizing for playtime. Not saying that it's getting much better. Oh, that's something.
Well, if you walk up to them like that, that's an opportunity to just drop a Doom. They even dropped the wall. Okay.
Wow.
Curious about that one, because there are reinforcements for playtime, but there aren't any for Glyph. So Zeal is just playing this all by himself. There's Abed's coming in. They've got El Misho coming in. Oh, and tried to go for the Echo play to clean up another creep.
You throw a Blood Grenade at it as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Because I saw that red glint that comes out. Okay, and they're going for the Wisdom Shrine. That's a pretty big one. Yeah, that's a big one.
And Jabs is here, though, but all by himself. So again, the Wisdoms are going to go for Glyph.
You know, especially the second Wisdom Shrine, one of them is worth more than the first two combined, slightly more. And they got all those Shrines of Wisdom so far on Glyph. However, do you see what's happening? Playtime. They've actually dropped to 5,000 gold deficit for a second. I think they will in a little bit as well. They are inching, clawing their way in, one nail at a time.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Getting
attack.
there. And you also have the, you know, when you pick up the power treads already on the Enchantress, you know that you have some right-click potential down the road. This Ench could still be another core, so you could play 4 cores technically. I mean, the Doom still acts as a solid damage over time hero. Your Earth Spirit's more of the burst, your Enchantress is more of the burst, the Shaker's more of the burst. So you have 2 sustained and 3 burst damage sorts on playtime, while Glyph has higher sustain and higher burst, but that's just on 2 heroes.
Great D-word from Abed. I like what Jab's is doing. He was thinking about Boots of Bearing, but decides, no, I'm just going to go for the Blink Dagger, knowing that this game could come down to one big jump from him. Kill here, possibly.
Same snowball setup. Just get the magnetized and jump. He doesn't have... Oh, he's so close to that blink, by the way, so that gets pushed back a bit. Not by a lot, though. But for Abed, he's going to be very happy picking up any kill that he can get. Armin is nearby. Trying to sneak up on the Earth Spirit, but again, this is the same thing. Like, he's just going to walk away, or even, best case scenario, roll away. That was a... that was a hurricane and a roll, so that that Shaker was spinning in circles.
Abed, that kill was a little bit more important than usual because it was the Spirit Vessel getting some charges as well. So you buy this item, it feels really awful if your first use of it is when you die. So he has a couple of charges, and there's no BKBs or dispels on the enemy side. So this Spirit Vessel certainly value at the moment.
Yeah, it's definitely going to help before the BKBs come up.
Dire are scanning.
Now two big items coming up for Glyph, so gotta watch out. Blink and the Ags both ready. Jabs also shows himself in bottom, drops the drum charge for the Dolans to get to work. He's gotta get out of here because the gank's coming right behind him.
And could they consider going for Zeal would be a huge kill for them to drop the black hole on.
They have a chance if he shows. He knows his team is near the portal in bottom, but Zeal is alone in the top lane.
Pings that out.
They have an idea. Oh, he manages to get away with the surge.
By the way, they committed for this because they actually used the site next to the top tier 3 tower on the Dire side, saying like, does he have any reinforcements? Is any there? They knew he was roughly in the area, but they were wondering if anyone was going to back him up. Again, 6,000. We've been seeing the 6,000 advantage for the last 6-7 minutes.
Yep. Well, I guess now we could say it's stabilized. Oh, but it is a Roshan that is being taken at the same time, so we're going to see a bit of a bump in gold. Undying's going to finish his shard with this Roshan falling, so the Tombstone save is then going to be active.
Jack Boys gets it, nullifies the advantage coming out from either the Doom or the Black Hole. Even if you use one to kill him, you're going to have to probably use the other right after. And DD
rune. Oh, 80. 80.
I also call it DD as well. I'm sorry. It's one of those things where it was like, it's called double damage for, I don't know, 15, 16 years. And they're like, well, we expect you to change it now. It's called the Mystical Ruin. You're like, shut up. It's double damage.
You gotta update your firmware.
Yeah. Like,
missing a couple patches there, Tomo.
Why me? Why can't it stick to what it was? They're like, no, it's now called the Mystical Ruin. Like, oh, thanks. Jokam?
Misho is the one being targeted here, so Jokam just shows up, goes for the quick play onto the Ench. They still have the AD rune, if I'm correct, on that Shadow Fiend's bottle. Use it for later.
Schofield's got Blink. So, I mean, there is big playmaking potential here. 7,000 at 19 minutes is not the biggest deal. And I imagine Glyph, if they slip up, by the way, they will lose control of the game completely. They are in a very good spot, but Enigma and Earthshaker, you cannot be too confident against these guys. Not when your lead is this big. It's still very mountable, this lead.
Ahmed really wants to join the smoke. It's like, why didn't you pick me, guys? One tower is still there. Schofield. Oh, wow. The snowball is used as the fissure was about to connect. So I think Jokam, he got more lucky than what he actually planned to do there.
If we interview him, he'll say he knew it. He'll be like, yes, I perfectly timed the blind fissure into my snowball. I knew it. You're like, sure you did. Sure you did, buddy.
Yeah, this is not a very defendable position either. El Misho, he's like, well, I found the enemy ward, but I'm going to die for this one. For a second, I was like, do they TP to the tier 2 tower and try to defend this? But the way Glyph was posturing themselves aggressively, this is not a place to teleport to. They'd rather wait for Glyph to run into playtime somewhere else, as they did do that 3-man smoke into mid, which did backfire. They did lose their tier 2 tower from the bot lane now because of it. Tormentor is being pinged, so that's going to be the next objective on the list.
Dragonlance on El Misho. He really loves this right-clicking Enchantress build. And, I mean, you know, he's getting the items for it. Once they have a BKBs on playtime, there is actually nothing on Glyph that counters them. Sure, Walrus Punch. There's a stun. Oh, he's dead. Beautiful.
I think he tried to make a cheeky Tormentor steal or something, but I think he got revealed. Like he said, Shaker out for the count. 2 minutes left on the Aegis as they're going to finish off the Tormentor. This is taking a bit of time, though.
I wonder if Schofield was there. Like, that is a place that when the lightning shoots out of the Tormentor, it will hit you there. And I saw yesterday, I'm not sure if it was Schofield or another player who knew exactly where to stand to keep their distance, so they can see the Tormentor but not get hit by it. So
yeah.
That was like a mechanical mistake, or he was just kind of hiding there hoping to TP and he gets caught.
Yeah, so small little mishaps. They happen all the time. All right. There are some interesting spots. I was just looking at where the way Glyph was taking that Tormentor. They were suspecting Playtime has smoked because Schofield was already there. So they were moving in and out from the Tormentor. Didn't really want to let a big wombo combo like a Shaker blinking in, and he gets the info. The Enigma can then follow with a Black Hole. Schofield again. Smoke popped. Playtime has to back. Or more like pops the smoke from Glyph.
Yokam is going for the, I feel like, a great item this game. Rushing the Aghanim Scepter on the Tusk. Doesn't want Solar, doesn't want BKB, doesn't want the 4-step. Says, okay guys, I want to be able to find as many ways to cancel the Enigma Black Hole as possible to deal with these BKBs, so I'm going to go straight for the kick. I think it's great. It's ballsy, but it's fantastic.
And it's a good way to break the high ground defense, right? Because if you are going to park a hero in front of the tower, they have ways of dealing with the Shadow Fiend and the Gyrocopter with these Playtime ultimates. So maybe if the Tusk gets a little bit of information, he can blink in and kick somebody from the high ground towards them. I've seen a lot of kick Requiem plays where Shadow Fiend already starts loading up the Requiem, Tusk blinks in to kick the target, and you can blow somebody up before they even have the chance to recover from the kick stun.
It's a really nice move by Yokam. He has to be careful though. The moment he shows the point booster, they'll know. They're like, he's not going Octarine Core. Like, come on, boys. It's gonna be Axe Scepter.
Octarine Tusk, let's go.
I don't mind. After you get the Aghanim Scepter, you can kick with both legs then.
That'll be cool. We make an animation for that.
So far,
double kick. Could you kick two heroes then as well?
No, but you can kick the same hero twice.
You kick the same hero twice. All right. That reminds me of when we still had facets not too long ago, when Spirit Breaker had the knockback facet when you can play the football strat. Have you seen that video?
So good, man. Nether Strike into Hurricane Pike, and you just push them to your own fountain every time.
It's the Earth Spirit Axe kick. That one also lasts a very long time.
By the way, the Aegis has expired about a minute ago. Sanctity!
Okay, they're gonna go for it and get a kill. Sanctity down. It's just the supports doing all the work. Abed is also joining in the fray. Let's get the kick to connect onto Zeal as well, and El Misho's just kiting Narman, has to hide inside the tombstone. Now fighting on the right side with the Black Hole! Coming out from the Enigma, it's uninterrupted as well, but the Gyro, is he dying? The Snowball's gonna be there. They're gonna buy some time for themselves, but Wits and Abed. Abed's gonna be the target for now, but the Doom is still onto the Gyrocopter, and the Gyro goes down as well, and Playtime are gonna punish Glyph for this fight. They got Jokum as well, dropping to the Scorched Earth. The Burning Hells will take him down. It's a 2-for-3 trade. They will lose the Earth Spirit, but the first big win for Playtime in this game, taking down both the Gyro and the Shadow Fiend.
I mean, the Aegis had timed out. I feel like Glyph, they might have gone for more. This is the advantage of going all damage on the Enchantress and Sanctity. He had BKB, was not ready. And beautiful jump later on with the Black Hole from Jabs. They throw the Doom right after on the Gyro. Earlier we said the Aegis, it nullifies either the Black Hole or the Doom. So just throw out 2 on him without the Aegis.
And because of those BKBs up, Zeal throws in the wall, he throws the vacuum and nothing happens. They're just fully channeling all of their ultimates there and getting the full damage, full duration Black Hole. Dishing out pure damage on top of them, and they managed to kill. Yeah, they actually killed 4 of the heroes. It was the Endless Dirge that allowed the Undying to basically return to the fight instantly. But that was the first sign, or a bit of a warning sign, even in this case, that Playtime has the capability when they get themselves to cluster up. But I will have to point out, didn't it look a little bit easy for El Misho to just poke Sanctity like that, and then Schofield shows up for the for the Echo Slam? It felt like, are they allowed to do this? Like, why are they allowed to do this? Like, they just underestimated the Ench completely.
Yeah, they did. I mean, you look at El Misho, is actually the most farmed support in this game. And we talked about this during the drafting phase, that he is a hero, a position 5 player who loves scaling. He does not pick Enchantress to get some creeps and heal people. No, This Enchantress attacks.
Dire's bottom
She does not
tower
defend.
is under attack.
Oh, look at that. She defends now. She's got a Crimson Guard.
Crimson Guard, all right.
Radiant are
That is going to
scanning.
help with the flat cannon we talked about.
Have you ever played Slay the Spire? Oh, he's dead.
I have played the first one, yes.
Okay, so, one meme in Slay the Spire is that every damage card is a block card, even though it's not. They're like, well, see, technically it kills people faster, so it's like a block card. Like, yeah,
Right.
okay, sure, that's how it works. So, Enchantress, he's very defensive with all the killing he's doing.
Very offensive with all the killing. I mean, defensive with all the
Yeah.
killing. Right.
He's blocking so much damage, but now he's actually blocking with the Crimson Guard.
All right, we got all the BKBs up, all the ultimates up for playtime. So Glyph will probably not allow a similar fight to happen again, as the second Roshan is alive. Playtime, they feel reinvigorated. They are 8,000 gold behind, but they caught up quite a lot. Even if it wasn't money-wise, XP-wise, they
Radiant are scanning.
definitely caught up.
Dire's bottom tower
Narrowed down
is
the
under
gap a
attack.
bit. Glyph, they have to be very careful with the next fight. They need to keep it split.
By the way, very minor thing, but I think every single player on playtime took the greedy item on the neutral. 500 gold per minute.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Small thing. Yokam still working towards his Agam Scepter. Needs about 1,000 gold to get. In general, if you're Glyph, no fight feels very feasible unless the Enigma's dead. Once the Enigma, as long as Enigma's alive, it's just too scary to take a fight. Even if you take out the Doom,
Has been killed.
I would say a Black Hole with the
Dire's
Earth
bottom
Spirit
tower
and
is
the
under
Echo Slam on
attack.
top can win the fight without the Doom. So it's all in on jabs. My eyes are only for the J-Man.
I do wonder if we're going to get a Lincoln's on the
Radiant's
Enigma,
top
because they
tower
should
is under
know
attack.
about the Aghanims coming up on the
Radiant's
Tusk.
top tower
So a
has
Lincoln's
fallen.
is, I think, a very good item here for the Enigma, because that's the only thing you really need to
Radiant's
worry
top
about. What
tower
else is
Yep.
going to
under
pop your
attack.
Lincolns this game?
Dire's
The
bottom
Snowball
tower is under
and
attack.
the Rocket.
Dire's
And the Rocket
structures
only
are
pops the
fortified.
Lincolns when it hits you.
True. There's Soul Rip, as well as Ion Shell, I think. You can use those too. But they're, it's like not super likely, to be fair with
Iron
you.
Shell shouldn't pop Lincolns, no? Or can you?
I think offensively it can, but I'll be honest with you that I'm not 100% sure. Oh,
Very
Zeal!
interesting. That's a DP cancel. He has no way out of this one. Purged up. And they'll get a core kill here.
Oh, Abed. Mean.
Does
very,
that
very
mean they
mean.
have a window to take Roshan? It's a
If you're a
very
Glyph-
slow Rosh lineup, but it looks like they might try. They went to check the pit because they found the Darkseer that deep in. They probably thought that they might be around. Glyph are at the wrong place. They're gonna try. I mean, you've
Can't
got an
blame them.
80 on the Earth Spirit. You might be able to do it.
Look at Jab's positioning. He's like, okay, as long as I'm able to, even if Sanctity blinks in and throws out big Requiem first, there's 3
Such a
BKBs.
slow Rosh. It's such a slow Rosh. And they show themselves in the mid wave. They're going to start to group up. Shadow Fiend is not nearby yet. If PT jump, if they knew, they've got an opportunity. They're going to go for the Undying. That's another hero down. Darkseer, he has respawned. Schofield was already on the hunt, blinking in deep.
Yeah, that Roche was too close to the timer. You know, he was about to move it to the summer house, so they had to wait until he's finished moving. You don't, kick a man while he's moving. You wait till he reaches his house. That's how you establish dominance.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Norman does not have the Ceaseless Dirge available, so he doesn't come back. But Glyph,
Oh, Echo instantly coming out, and there's the Snowball. Beautifully timed as well. The Requiem is there too, which will hurt Wits, and Schofield's the one to be falling here. There's a Walrus kick, pushing El Misho into
Jumps.
the wall, so Enchantress Illusion is created. That allows the Undying to spawn, and no Echo, even if the Shaker came back in 30 seconds.
Schofield was like, this worked for me before on the Shadow Fiend, will work again on the Gyro, but they were a lot more prepared for them this time. And Jabs was not, if he was there with the Black Hole, could have maybe been able to cancel the Snowball or use it after the Snowball at least. But nice move there by Glyph.
Do they have any more smokes left? Because I feel like we've been smoking a lot in the last 3 minutes.
I have been feeling a bit.
Cuffing.
Yeah, I was gonna say wheezy in my. Ah, man, this is why you don't cast with someone cleverer than you. As Yokam gets a D-ward off. I believe there's a gem on Schofield, so Vision gonna be at a premium for these two. As Roshan is the name of the game. If Glyph loses this Rosh, not gonna feel good.
We got the vacuum cleaner up. The Ags is ready on the Enigma. So that's going to drag people in. Won't be able to run away. Like heroes like Undying that have very slow movement speed without phase boots, they more than likely get dragged in towards the black hole and they're trying to run away from it.
Sanctity has finished a Hex on the Shadow Fiend. A nice way to, if someone gets kicked, you Hex them. Could be very nice. Oh wait, someone's in trouble.
Got feel. The Fissure stun El Misho gets a lot of damage out, but Narman drops the Tombstone save. El Misho then focusing on the Tombstone all by himself. They know they can't really deal that well with the Enchantress.
Echo up in 5. It should be available. It's already available, sorry. And they smoke up.
Yeah, they're going to go for the hunt. Let's see if they can find the connection. Witt's already scouting deep in the river, so his smoke is already used. So we're going to be in the good old Roshan stalemate for a bit.
The Roche mate.
The Roche mate, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, playtime. Again, it all comes down to jabs. As much as like everyone else kind of does matter. If Yokam, it's Yokam and jabs, J versus J. Can the Tusk catch the Enigma? Because if he can, you can hex him instantly. He's dead. You win the fight. If you can't, you can. A fight against his black hole is too much. Meanwhile, Iron Scepter going to be the item for the Enchantress right after. He has that lovely root as well.
Dire are scanning.
Dire scan being used right now just to get a little bit of, they're guessing like, are they coming for us? And from that angle, no. Both teams with 1 minute left before Roshan moves again. He's like, it's getting chilly in here. I'm going to go to my winter home.
It does feel like it's going to be time to move over to the cottage.
It was not until I lived in the UK that I realized why people have a summer house and a winter place. Because when winter came, I was like, this is unbearable. Why are we here? We should be moving south for the winter. And they're like, well, we don't have a second home. You're like, oh,
hey,
right.
Welcome to Finland.
It's too cold.
Country of 1,000 lakes. Or 1,000,000 lakes, as some people say.
Oh,
Glyph
smoke up.
coming in for the wraparound on the high ground position. Abed is under their radar. Misho, Schofield, they're all stacked up. Jokum gets the jump in first onto the Earth Spirit, pops his BKB. He's able to survive for the time being, but Doom does get stunned before he gets anything out, and he's in big trouble, blocked by the shards. But the Doom he used also bounced on him, so he will not get any HP back. He is down. Jokum dead as well. El Misho dealing with Narman, and that Doom is going to run out on the gyrocopter. Round number 2, Jabs jumping in, but no black hole yet. The vacuum comes out first, and they are trying to reset, wait for those blinks to come back up. Maybe look for another angle in. El Misho giving all the information, but they don't have a proper damage dealer right now. With the Echo gone, with the Doom spent. Good timing on the Lotus there to reflect it back to Wits. And Wits, he was chasing a gyrocopter who was doomed while he was doomed and still taking hits from the Axe from the gyro. So gyro was doing more damage by just kiting the Doom.
Yeah, I was surprised because I think the jump was on like Abed or something, so they didn't catch Jabs, and Jabs was holding on to his ultimate for a long time. I thought the moment Yokam kicks someone else, Jabs would be, I'm in, boys, I'm going in. But he didn't do that, and unfortunately, that was a fight without Black Hole being used. And Glyph, 1 for 1, but definitely a win.
Jokum played that fight really well. What I loved about that kick on Abed was the shard follow-up. He went on the low ground to get the shard curve so that he's stuck in the high ground, barricaded from all sides, and then the Doom blinked in there. So he was like, guys, force me, force me, force me. Like, I'm stuck inside an igloo right now. But let's see what comes out of this one. They're charging in. Abed is going to get scouted. They do get the vacuum, and also a nice saving kick for a second by Abed, but gets kicked to the other direction by the Earth Spirit.
Schofield!
Oh, sorry, by the Tusk. And Schofield just went in as a sacrificial lamb. So Glyph will take those 2 kills happily for Jackie Boy.
Schofield, what was that? He doesn't cancel. Maybe he was thinking that Glyph will like back off, but Glyph had 5 people. They're like, what are we backing up for? This is optimum situation for us that you are TPing in. And he does lose his life. Luckily, they don't have to buy back on it, but they do lose the Aegis because of that one.
Yeah, and the Roche banner is also going to get picked up. So that will help Glyph on a potential push. They don't really have good heroes to deal with banners except for the Enchantress. Feels like she has to do a lot of the frontlining this game. Getting both the vision, doing the initial damage, having to deal with banners. And now there's the risk of that Tusk just going in and kicking you.
As he's done before.
As he's done before, yeah.
Radiant are scanning.
And I mean, they could use the Eidolons though. They do help a little bit with getting rid of the banner, but they're not as good as a hero, right? Like it takes like 4 hits from an Eidolon to count as 1 hit from a hero. And oh, I don't know if you knew this, but someone pointed out to me like some time ago that the banner now upgrades. I was like, what?
Oh.
Yeah, it's the radius and the health increases by 50%, then doubles at the 3rd banner.
Oh, does that mean that like every banner that drops is always better, or do you have to like combine banners?
No, you don't combine. Just the first one is 600 radius, the next one's 900, the 3rd one is 1200, and everyone after is just 1200.
Okay, all right, yeah. I mean, sometimes I've been using Roche banners for vision. Like, they are perfect wards to drop on top of like a cliff. Gives you big AoE. You can drop it down a lane if you are chasing, because it allows you to see much further. Situational item drops because of the vision being so good. You can also destroy trees with it, so you can drop a Monkey King out of a tree if you drop a banner. That also works. I've done that before. It also works. But there we go. The banner is placed down on the ground. It will protect the range creep.
Are scanning.
Oh, now the range creep
Neon.
decides to be a bit suicidal and goes in to die. Now El Nisho. Does Tusk want him? Yes, he does. Walrus Punch, Snowball follow-up, and they're going to look for the deletion. Echo does come out from Schofield, but no follow-up yet from Jabs. We're still missing the Enigma from action, and he gets pulled in. Sanctity goes in for the Requiem. The Black Hole's going to connect, and he actually grabs 2 heroes in it. Abed's going to go for the assistance as well, but they've got the Gyro on top of him, and unleashing hell, but Schofield does get the damage to take down 2. Jabs coming in with the buyback, and the Aegis is also gone, and they cancel the TP as well from that Darkseer. Jackie Boy trying to fight versus the world. It's him and the Undying versus everybody else. He gets the TP out. They will sack the Undying. And Playtime will get to hold their base for a little bit longer.
Oh, the buyback from Jabs being like, my team needs me. And shows up in a really good situation. I love the Doom. He was looking at Jack Boys, and he's like, wait, he's got the Aegis. I'll just Doom his best friend over there and gets Zeal instead. And Zeal tries to TP but loses his life. Oh, dear. And if you're Glyph, you've got to be thinking, guys, what's going on? We go high ground with an Aegis, and we still aren't able to get anything out of it.
Take a recap of that fight. So how it all starts off, this is all Glyph for the first 10 seconds. They got the initiation out, they got the vacuum play here, and Jabs had to basically just force that black hole off right away. Did catch the Tusk. Abed rolls in for the assistance, but so does Jackie Boy, just appear right on top of him to unleash hell. But what happens with Schofield here? There was no echo, and he found a double kill. Just one fissure took down 2 heroes in one go, and the Aegis dropped as well. So I was like, I was looking at the damage meters. He did the least damage, but he got the most kills.
Schofield does have the Aeon disc, which is why he was able to survive when he jumped in.
Right,
and that was such a good purchase. So it does mitigate his damage. I don't think it procced when he echoed, a little bit after, but there's a pipe on Zeal. They're quite durable. I don't think you're looking at this Earthshaker as a damage source. You're looking at him as a control source. And he is controlling the game very nicely.
Would love to see an Ags on the Earth Spirit at some stage of the game, but for the time being, it looks like it might be a Bloodstone buildup from that Veiled Discord.
Solid,
Glyph
solid.
are not waiting. They know the Black Hole is still down for half a minute.
Ooh.
They can catch somebody. Well, it's just
Go
a shaker.
field.
They were probably hoping to find somebody else in here, maybe the Doom, but they'll take that. Got the gem.
Very much needed. They have both gems now on Glyph's side, none on playtime. But Black Hole is going to be up. If they had caught the Enigma there, that could have been a big victory for them. But Enigma is going to be fine. Still, Jabs does have to be a bit careful. All right, can we look at what the Enigma's building? He's going for the Linkers, as you mentioned
got the
earlier.
Linkers.
There you go.
That is such a good item to have.
He's like, good luck kicking me with this item here.
I mean, I've had games where I've played Enigma where it's like, I need a Blink to be able to do anything, I need a BKB to be able to do anything, and I also need a Linkens on top of that because that will allow me some time. There are games where you play versus Rubik, and he had that, what was it, 2-second or 3-second cooldown on Spell Steal back in the day. So you have to use the Spell Steal to break the Linkens, wait a couple seconds while he's black holing, and then you get to steal it, and then you get to use your own black hole turn around. But that could be already too late for the Rubik by then. So it's like you need 3 items to be able to use your ulti, and then you also need to position correctly in a game where there's a lot of uncontrollable AoE damage going all over the place. So it's not easy. You might even have to think, do I also need a Shadow Blade? Just so that I don't get hit by stray bullets.
I honestly think that he wants an Aeon Disc, actually, as well, right? You're like, well, I don't want to die.
I don't know about Aeon Disc, though. Imagine when it procs in such a quick moment that you've just got your ulti off and Aeon Disc goes off, and you're like, all my pure damage is 0.
Could keep him alive, but yeah, there's certainly a lot of risk with Aeon Disc. My favorite time of using Aeon Disc was when I played Necrophos, and one time I was like, oh man, they're focusing me around a lot. I'm like, oh, I got a good scythe kill. Aeon Disc procs does 0 damage. You're like, no, I hate this item. It's the worst.
It happens. End up healing the enemy instead.
Well, right now, playtime, they've decided to smoke up still about a minute and a half till we know how long Roche is going to take to come back. Jack Boys very, very farmed this game, but somehow it doesn't feel like it matters too much, this Gyro, because he's like a turret. He just shows up, does some damage. It's Yokam and Jabs who are the stars of the show. And Schofield a little bit. He's got some good echoes, to be fair.
Glyph are definitely fighting to get the tie in our opening series of the day. Playtime could still snap this series over in 2 wins. They already got the first one. Holding on to the game at least. They're definitely showing perseverance.
Reminder that this game was an absolute crap show for Playtime in the first 20 minutes. Like, Glyph was choking them so bad out of the map when the lane phases. Oh, Schofield.
Yeah, no escaping this.
Good echo. This guy's not good.
Yeah, that was the moment. It's like you have your Aeon Disc up and you're like, Echo, yay. It's like, what did I do?
Well, he has buyback, so it's not the worst thing in the world. Jab's now working on the refresher orb, so double black hole. I mean, 1 black hole is good, 2 is twice as good, some say. Armin just walks in.
Get done here. Sanctity on top of Witz, but Witz hasn't used his Doom yet. He's been patient, but the black hole comes out and it connects as well onto Zeal, but Zeal gets protected by the Tombstone. They tried to focus it down as well, but Almisha's going to be there for the assistance. Schofield did join in for the fight. He bought back just to get the Echo off, and Jackie Boy unleashes the Satanic, heals himself back up. That is a Sanctity buyback, so Playtime instantly go for the retreat for a moment, regroup, and go in again. Now Jokum also buys back with the Tusk. He's got a bit of distance to cover, though, coming in from that Tier 2 tower. Sanctity in the river. Abed's going to be annoying him there as well. Jackie Boy for another round. Witz is going to get pushed into the high ground, and Jackie Boy is going to unleash hell on that Doom, and he will get this kill. Sanctity will not die just quite yet. That spear got dodged by the Yules. Abed rolling in. He won't get the kill. No, he will not. They get wiped. Glyph will stand their ground. The Magnetize ends up killing Sanctity and Jokum, who both bought back. But we still got the main damage dealer leading the charge to the high ground.
What a fight. If you actually see it, Sanctity blinks in as Wits was using that mini Ravage that you get from the creeps. And gets caught out, so they are able to bring down the Chalfing early thanks to that, with no issues. But yeah, we're gonna have to buy back, boys. I don't think we can let this gyro go crazy in our base.
It is at least the mid lane, so they probably might opt to just let this mid lane go, but El Misho is a threat in itself.
Oh, El Misho.
They're gonna try and make a play on him. Nobody else is buying back yet. I mean, he isn't taking that much damage from Zeal and Jackboy so far. Popping the Lincolns. But, well, there's not much I can do. They are really harassing that Ench from dealing full damage into that Gyro, who will just take that mid lane for himself. 3 heroes alive. Roshan is also up now, so this is going to be a... Oh, there's an 80 rune out of all things as well for the Gyro to pick up. Couldn't be any better.
That was an adorable defense, right? The chat was like throwing the whole time. As you see, Jackboy doesn't really care. He's taking like some damage, but not enough to even make it worth dodging in any way. But Roshan is now the name of the game. They are going to have everyone up on playtime sooner than Glyph, so it's quite risky here.
They sent the Dolan into the pit to scout. Wits doesn't find an angle to chase yet. His blink is being broken by these zombies. He can't get in range. And the Lotus Orb is also protecting him, so there's no TP cancel there, but the BKB also up. Narman, well, I guess you've got to leave somebody behind.
Where did the guy go?
Where did he
I think he
go?
blinked. He blinked, man. I was like, wait, he's not in the tombstone, is he?
How did he blink that far?
He has an Aether Lens.
Right, so, okay, that would explain. I was like, they should have caught him. But that's a no. So Narman gets out. No sacrifice needed.
Zeal did die, though, to be fair. The question now is, will Playtime use this Zeal death to make anything out of it? Probably not. Not with the jabs all the way back in base. There's no way you're going high ground with this guy at home.
It's pretty risky trying to exit the base. They only have info on the gyrocopter pushing out that bottom wave. They even protected their tier 2 tower. That would have been the first tier 2 to fall from Glyph's side of the map. Playtime hasn't gotten any closer to pushing for a very long time in this game now. It has been Glyph who has been dictating the moves.
I'm at maximum clench, my Panda. Jackboy, by the way, he is working towards a divine rapier, and I like this. Go all in. I'm imagining he's going to keep the buyback, of course, before he does that. But
honestly, this is a really good game to buy a rapier, because who's going to get any benefit from a rapier on playtime if they pick it up? I'm not really scared about Doom's right clicks with a rapier.
El Misho. Honestly, the Enchantress. If you give it to Enchantress, I think she could do some work with it.
She can, but it's still not like... There's no excellent rapier carrier
here we go.
on playtime, but they go for Schofield. Abed goes for the kick simultaneously. They just echo for 0 damage to hold Narman still, and he gets the tombstone out. Meanwhile, Wits is being controlled, and Jabs is looking for an angle in, but I think his blink got broken again, and he just doesn't find an opening to go in and assist Wits. El Misho with the force staff saves Wits. Now Schofield, they might have a chance to set up on Jackie Boy. He is dropping low with every second. With that Aegis dropping, the Aegis is down. Where's the Enigma? Where is Jabs? Is it his time to shine? Jokum is looking for him. He found Jabs in the low ground and actually manages, and he drops the black hole, pulling in Narman as well, and he brings in Zeal. There's Sanctity, though. Looks like an even better ultimate that's coming out from that Requiem, but he gets deleted by Wits, and that leaves us with the Gyro together with the Darkseer trying to stand their ground. They're buying back on the side of playtime. Glyph is still fighting for their lives. Abed is dropping low on HP, gets hit by the normal punch, and Jackie Boy cleans up another kill, and he's got Wits around him again. Jabs is right next to him there as well, but that Enigma cannot stand close to the Gyro. He almost dies to the flak cannon hits, but El Misho, he's trying his absolute hardest. Zeal coming in with the normal punch again. Abed there as well. The vacuum is coming out. Another Yule save the Wind Waker, keeping him alive for the time being. Jackie Boy, he doesn't have a satanic up, but he's trying his absolute best. He's tearing them apart, but Abed Abed stands his ground. That's Gyro out, and they go for Narman. Wits and Abed gonna focus him down. The tombstone is out. He's probably gonna blink disappear once again, isn't he? Yep, he is. There we see him exit. We have left, the burglar has left the bank, and now Abed is chasing him down. Another roll in without any remnants. Gets the vessel out. The Lotus there for the dispel. Jabs is here as well. Does get the Malefice done, and they clean up Narman. So playtime keeps the game going.
Costs them 2 buybacks though, further delaying the refresher orb coming out from Jabs. Did you see the fight that he stands inside the Midnight Pulse on Jack Boys and just takes them out 3 versus 1, going against the Enchantress, the Enigma, as well as the Doom. And the lack of right click, you mentioned, it is coming back to bite them very hard in the soft, pudgy areas.
Yeah, the damage meters you see on the side of Playtime, they just don't have a whole lot of damage to apply on the long run. They have that quick combo that they have to play around. Jokum was hunting for the Enigma in that fight, trying to make sure that as that Aegis has expired, they don't want to let the Enigma just blink in for free and clean up the Gyrocopter. As you just look at these damage meters, tells you the whole story. It's more about Abed and El Misho being the ones utilizing once those stuns are in place. But a lot of like small little details here and there where the fight goes on for that long. El Misho, I think he had an Ags on the Enchantress because the little friends, I was about to say happy Tree friends. The little friends were holding that gyro in place. That root is, it lasts for such a long time.
It's very strong, keeping him inside the Midnight Pulse. But now he's going to have a Divine Rapier. Pretty ballsy move by Mr. Jack Boys. No Roshan for about 2.5 minutes. And gotta say, Games of the Future has delivered in every series so far. Every series has been really good. Enchantress thinking about going for the Nullifier. Their biggest problem has been the Lotus Orbs. You see Wits, he's like, if I can doom anyone, that person's dead. Doesn't matter their regeneration, doesn't matter any their saves. That person is dead if we can doom him. But way too many Lotus Orbs. He might have to consider Aghanim Scepter on the doom. I think that's the best play.
Far smoked up on the dire side of the map here. It's going to be another 2 minutes until the minimum timer for Roshan will be available. So they can take this time to just scout, get information, get wards down. They don't need to press their advantage unnecessarily. And knowing they have that rapier, they'd be very happy to hold an Aegis as well for Jackie Boy.
Oh. What is Wits? Can we look at the Doom for a second, see what he's working with? Because again, I do feel like the Ag Scepter on Doom could be the item choice here.
Yeah, I am also curious about the Doom's build. What does Wits have? What does he plan to go for? So the Axe is queued up. We are going to be fighting in front of the base. 2-man back comes out. Jokum's already used his BKB on the Tusk. And a jump in from Wits. Finds the gyro. Paul forces it. Trying to go for the TP away. He's going to get the TP out. Abed also 80 room, but look at that damage onto Abed. And there's the Echo. Huge black hole as well. Right on top of him. They got the whole bloody team. Oh my god. Sanctity made it out with 1 HP for the time being, but Abed's not done yet. He's going for the chase, trying to find Sanctity. The Magnetize steals him down, and Glyph, oh my, it couldn't have been any worse. The Rapier, it's picked up by Wits on the Doom. They had a moment where it looked pretty good. The Doom escapes with the teleport, and then Schofield plus Abed plus Jabs. My god.
Do not underestimate this Enigma. They group up. That was one of the choke points of the game, right? Going stairs on high ground. Very easy for teams to stick together in that situation. Jabs jumps in with a beautiful Schofield Echo at the same time. Nothing they can do about it. Sanctity, as you mentioned, manages to survive, but not for long.
He had 1% HP. But up to connect the nice time. We talked about a possibility that this could still be over in 2 games, and forget about a game 3 entirely. Just close out the series. Playtime has held their ground. They could complete the comeback. If they get those buildings down now, the top lane is open, the mid lane is open, bottom there's a creep wave coming in for the tier 2, so they could get mega creeps. There's not a lot of time on the clock, so that might just be their goal. Just get buildings instead of going for the end.
Doesn't seem very likely though, because you are going to have the Jack boys up in a bit and Sanctity 10 seconds after. So
they spotted the Shaker. They go for the they actually TP to meet him up, and they did catch Schofield. Does drop the Echo. He has his BKB, but can't. No, he doesn't have a teleport. He needed 3 more seconds, so he'll just have to give that one away. The gem drops down.
Rocket was on him as well, very unlikely. And Wit's blocking up, and Ab is like, could you move your large rear from my face so I can walk around?
I mean, he did have the BKB available on the Shaker. He just didn't have the teleport off cooldown, so he could have been able to get away. Abed hexed up. El Misho coming in for the rescue, gets the Glimmer Cape. But can he make his way out? The Bloodstone, I mean, the Magnetize does a hell of an amount of damage, so as long as that Bloodstone is up, Abed can stand his ground. Zeal, the one to die. Narman sent up in the air. El Micho throwing in some more Hurricane Pikes while he's silenced because there's no Tombstone coming out, so he's down. Now Jokum is next on the list. They're buying back both Zeal and the Undying back in, so Narman will return. I don't even see if he actually had Endless Dirge available. He just straight up bought back and returned into the game.
If it doesn't activate within a second, that means he doesn't have it, right? So he probably felt like he had to get it. Very odd that Glyph kind of committing to this fight in the middle of nowhere. But we have Aegis coming out in 5 seconds.
Yeah, Roshan coming up. The reason why they're doing these buybacks, they've been paying attention to the clock. They're calling Rosh.
This one has a refresher shard.
Misho, he's on top of Sanctity. The Hex comes out. Do they have a follow-up? The Aeon Disc is there. Jokum gets the jump in onto Schofield, pushing him in. At the same time, they're going to be focusing on the Black Hole once again on the start. They got Sanctity with the Tombstone save coming out this time. So Sanctity will live for a little bit longer. Jackie Boy now turning his attention to Abed. Going to push away the Earth Spirit. El Misho, he's right next to him. The Enigma is trying to make his way out, but Jats is taking a hell of an amount of damage. Zeal coming up with a normal punch. Abed's going to get pushed onto the high ground as well. They're going to get a Requiem off of Sanctity. And pushing El Misho. They are splitting the fight all over the place. They even got the Hex on the Doom, so Doom can't intervene. But there's a refresher now ready on the Enigma in his inventory. Abed can't make it out though. He's gone for 2 minutes. You have to rely most likely on that refresher for this Enigma, because I think he just picked it up from the courier. So he will have that Black Hole and the Rapier on Wits. But nicely played from Glyph. They split the fight in so many directions that Playtime can't respond.
One amazing thing, you gotta give credit to Narman.
And the Black Hole saves.
He wind wakes one of them. I think the 2 were caught, and he puts the other in the Tombstone. He's like, "There you go, buddy. You take a nice home, and you just fly for a little bit." Jabs, he was stopped there, like black holing the air. Abed does have buyback, but Schofield does not. He's been getting caught a little bit too often in these couple of last few engagements. Sorry.
I mean, that's one thing, right? If you can't counter the Enigma, just counter the Black Hole itself by saving all your allies. That works too. Massive damage from El Misho. Jackie Boy has to pop the Satanic to keep himself alive. Jokum tries to go for the kick, but El Misho does get the Hurricane Pike out first. Now he's going to get pushed in. Abed going to go for the Nullifier. Big AoE sound coming in from Wits. He got the Doom out, but the Wind Waker is going to be applied, and that is for his Aegis life. So he will be saved into the Tombstone for now. Sanctity coming in with a Requiem, does get it out, and Doom is gone, but he does have a buyback. He needs to return soon. Jabs hasn't used the refresher yet. Hasn't used the refresher yet for that Black Hole. Maybe he's still waiting for the initial one to come back off, but he might have to use it very soon. Another kick on El Misho. They got the Doom coming in with the buyback. The Aeon Disc is going to pop on El Misho for now. The banner is also placed down on the ground, so they need to deal with these creeps. Abed and the boys are charging onto the right side. El Misho is being dealt with. They've got the Enchantress out of the way. The fight's going to be spreading onto the right side with Wits and Abed. Wits is going to pump his own refresher now, and he'll have another Doom available. Jabs still hasn't used the refresher. Now maybe is the time to use it because their Doom is down and he needs to get something out. The Black Hole's available. Who do you go on? Who do you get? Can they kill this Gyrocopter? He refuses to give up. Gets the heals out, and that's gonna do it. Glyph will force a game 3.
Narman is an absolute god in this game, thanks to that use of the Wind Waker as well as the Tombstone, saving them the most critical fight of the game. The jabs, feels like maybe that refresh orb should have been used instantly to rejoin that fight before, you know, the penultimate fight, because the hold for it, a bit awkward. But congratulations.
Yeah, it's going to feel really good for Glyph, because a Game 3 is guaranteed with that win. So we're going the full distance.
Үлкен істер әр қадамы жаңа жетістікке жетелейтін марафон. Біз осы жолды сіздермен бірге 10 жылдан бері жүріп келеміз. Тимур Құлыбаевтың халық қайырымдылық қоры.
Центр кредит банкымен сіз қарапайым және заманауи шешімдердің ортасындасыз. Нық сеніммен жаңа мүмкіндіктер ашып, тексерілген сапаға сеніңіз. BCC KZ мүмкіндіктерді кеңейтіңіз.
Games of the future.
Yes. Coming to you live from our broadcast studios here in Kazakhstan. It's the Phygital Games of the Future, Astana 2026. And as we take that beautiful glacial fly-through over the modern city of Astana, all we can say is that beautiful, calming view was not what we were feeling here in the studio. Oh my goodness. I feel like I was on the edge of my seat with that last map between Glyph and Playtime. None of those teams were playing.
None of those teams were giving up that court, going neck to neck up until the very last minute.
Yep.
But Glyph made a comeback. A recurring trend, by the way, David, that I noticed moving forward with the Dota games. We usually were seeing 2-0, but now we're seeing 1-1. And almost every game we're going into the third map. Is that part of the strategy of the teams, or is it something else?
Well, you see, here's the interesting thing. You can either go in gung-ho because you've got nothing to lose, but you can also be too reckless. So I think for me, Glyph would really have in with nothing to lose, but it's calculated. It's still strategic, but they can go in guns blazing, which is exactly what they did. And that was a close call between the two. It could have gone either way, and just when you think it's heading toward one outcome, then it shifts entirely.
Well, that's the world of Dota for you. All the excitement.
Absolutely. You know, I decided to do, considering we're in the world of Phygital and AI, I decided to do a deep dive into, okay, what exactly or how exactly would AI describe Dota 2? And I'm going to come back to you on that one because it was quite an interesting little definition. What you're seeing on screen now are some of the games that have taken place. Of course, Battle Royale already having won with 17 Gaming taking that prize pool of $1 million. We've got Phygital Basketball, MOBA PC, Phygital Football coming up. And then followed by Phygital Shooter, MOBA Mobile, Phygital Dancing, and Phygital Fighting. All of that and more taking us through to the final day's competition on August the 9th. So still lots to get through. And today specifically, Shulpan.
Today we're still on Dota 2. We had the first 2 maps of the day, but we have a lot of maps coming up. Just a reminder, we have 8 teams standing, but by the end of today, we will only have 4 who proceed to the quarterfinals. Followed by the most exciting event for today are the Phygital Basketball Finals. And the finalists for this game are the Liga Pro team, defending champions, and Wilders. Will the Wilders be able to pull a wild card?
Hey, that's what I love about Chopin. That's a great one. Will the Wilders be able to pull a wild card? Who knows? It's all happening live, and it's all happening now as we broadcast from our studios. We're sitting on the edge of our seats as we inch that much closer to seeing who will take the $1 million cash pool. And that will all be happening tomorrow. Now, all of this would not be happening if we didn't have the most incredible sponsors and supporters of the Phygital Games of the Future Astana 2026. So now download the Center Credit Banking app and manage your finances. One of our team sponsors. Thank you so much.
Speaking of managing your finances, it's also really important in such high-paced tournaments to keep up with all the results, all the schedules, and all the news on our official website of Games of the Future Astana 2026.
And you can see it down there on the bottom of your screen. Experience every moment of the Games of the Future with Sven.
And speaking of the fun disciplines that we're going to be moving into really soon, we have the Phygital Dancing Just Dance competition sponsored by Solid Core Resources, going in at the Boris Arena on the 6th and 7th of August. Make sure to tune in and dance just like David just did.
I'm looking forward to that one, let me tell you. So, I mentioned earlier that I did a bit of a, deep dive into how would AI describe Dota 2 to someone who hasn't a clue. And I must be honest, I don't know if this is even more confusing because, and I quote, and I won't tell you which AI platform I used, it's a high-speed mix of chess, American football, and tug of war.
David, I don't know if I would have ever put those 3 sports into one sentence.
I have no clue. I mean, if nobody knows about Dota 2 and I say, if you exclude American football and you say tug of war and chess, I mean, it's like, how does the one compare to the other? I mean, is the one far more physical? On paper, yes. Is the one more calculated? Yes. But I guess that's the joy of Phygital. It's the best of both. Even when you're not necessarily out and active on a court or on a field, even if you think you're seated at a chair, there is a lot of physicality happening in your body at that time.
And then there's the American football out of the blue. I mean, I can see how it's chess. Of course, it's a game of strategy. We touched on that a little bit earlier, saying, is it a strategy employed by Playtime to give up that second map and then come back? Or is it just a chance of luck or something? But I get that part. But American football?
I know, I don't quite get that. That's why I don't know if it's more confusing to be able to use that as my explanation when someone says to me, David, what is Dota 2? I think I'm just going to say it's an all-out war where you kill, kill, kill.
It is definitely a fantasy world with over 120 unique heroes to choose from. No two professional maps or matches are ever the same because with over 120, the possibilities are endless.
And as you mentioned, so many of the heroes that you can choose from, many of our heroes are those seated in the arenas and online. Check out this video to see some of our super fans.
Welcome to the Phygital Games of the Future 2026 in Astana. Today, we step off the stage and into the crowd to see what brings thousands of spectators to the heart of Kazakhstan. Hi, what's your name and where are you from?
Hello everyone, my name is Astana, and today I have come here, and for now everything is very good. Like I am enjoying this event because it is such a great time, and like the organization is very cool.
What team are you voting for?
I didn't even know these teams, but I think that Playtime is a good team, so I think I will vote for them. Yeah.
Do you want to play professionally one day?
Maybe yes. It is a very interesting opportunity for me that I would like to try it out.
Hello, mate. Is this your first time at the Games of the Future?
Yeah, actually it is. I'm here for voting for my favorite team, Diga Esports.
How do you like the atmosphere here today?
Very atmospheric, and I love to be in here. There's a lot of people that I met before, and I very love this vibe here.
What makes the Games of the Future special for you?
Playing digital games, it's important to me because since my childhood, this digital games was a part of me. I played it with my friends, brothers, and other family members, and I appreciate this time with spending them.
Is this your first time at the Games of the Future?
Yeah, I came today for the first time for cheering for Team Vitality.
How do you like the atmosphere here today?
Yeah, really good, really nice. The atmosphere is so good. The host is here is really good. Yeah.
Do you think esports can become as popular as traditional sports?
Yeah, I think that today is esports. It's become more popular because I think that traditional sport, it's not so interesting for young people because I think I'm 30 years old, and when I was young, I don't have a cyber sport, but when I'm growing, I really like cyber sport and more than classic play, that classic football or basketball games.
From lifelong childhood memories to a rapidly expanding global community, the fans of Astana 2026 are proving that the future of sport belongs to everyone. Do not forget to cheer for your favorite team.
I love that video because what you see are a lot of new fans to the sport and to the concept of Phygital. So it's not like you even have to be, a fundi. It's not like you have to know exactly what this is all about. Just to come, to support, to experience, to introduce yourself and open yourself up to something completely different. And as many said, I think there was one who said, this is his first time here, doesn't really know who he is supporting. And that's okay too, because it's all about the vibe.
It speaks to the inclusivity of these games, and I heard a fan before also say that these games described in one word are fun and crazy. And I think that's a really good description of these games. Really, really fun. And slightly crazy.
And slightly crazy. I mean, we're feeling slightly crazy now too as we gear up. And I must say, and I do want to take my hats off to our commentators, they make the games just as exciting. And it is just as much fun for me to listen to them, because as much as we spoke about American football, tug of war and chess, for me, these commentators are like a mix of like your traditional horse racing commentators mixed with someone at an auction. Because when the intensity and the speed of their voice and the pitch of their voice increases, the more excited I get. I might not have a clue what they're talking about because all I'm seeing is just death and destruction and rampaging on that screen. But it is such a vibe. And so for that reason, we are so looking forward now to map 3, which will be coming up shortly. could go either way.
Could really go either way because they have nothing to lose. Both teams have nothing to lose. And as a reminder, whoever loses is packing their bags and going home. So we're going to see what's happening. Glyph is really good at late game decisions, as we saw, but Playtime is known for their aggression. So let's see whether Playtime joins this map 3, all guns blazing, super aggressive, getting that head start, and if Glyph can catch up, or if Glyph will get the head start first. It's really up for grabs.
It is anyone's game, and that is now what is so exciting for us, because we're not going into match 3 with a foregone conclusion of who exactly is going to take this. It really could go either way. You know, Shorpan, when we were watching that Superfan video, I couldn't help but notice Arlen with a gun behind one of the Superfans. And all I know is, for me, I now associate Arlen with that frying pan. He just reminds me every morning, oh yes, I must have my eggs.
I completely agree with you. I absolutely love all 4 of our mascots. But Arlan yesterday has finished off his first tournament of PUBG. It's interesting to see what the other mascots have with the upcoming disciplines.
Well, we'll be talking about and reintroducing you to the mascots once again as we progress further and further into the final few days of the Phygital Games of the Future Astana 2026. As we mentioned earlier on, today is a big day because we're now into elimination rounds as we inch ever closer to finding out who will be walking away with that $1 million cash prize for the grand title of Dota 2 champions for 2026. The tension is mounting. The electricity is there. We are rocking and rolling. We are ready to go guns blazing. And we're a few seconds away from joining our colleagues as we head into map 3 between Glyph and Playtime.
Good luck to both teams.
Here we go.
All right, so time to head over to game number 3 with Glyph versus Playtime. And I have to tell you, this is a hell of a series. Not sure if that was already caught earlier or if it's only heard now, but some crazy games in all of these series, and this one also going the full distance, fighting for a chance in the top 4 to double their prize pool earnings. And with what style? We had some pretty hectic team fights in game 2. I hope the players still have something in the tank, Otamo.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully that everyone can hear me. But yeah, Playtime starting off with the Lina, ensuring the Glyph doesn't get it. Glyph taking the Nature's Prophet. But what a series it has been. I'm really impressed with both teams. Jabs has gotten the Enigma twice. Game 1, a huge part of their success. Game 2, a huge part of their attempted comeback. But Glyph was too strong from the lane phase, and he rode that momentum to victory.
Yeah, a couple of those fights that could have gone either way, just some clutch ability usage. We again saw the impact of that Earthshaker in the fights, how the Darkseer setting things up, and most importantly, this was probably one of the biggest impact undyings I've seen in a while, with the Wind Waker saves, with the Tombstone saves. If they don't have anything to pierce the Black Hole Man, they will counter the Black Hole itself with, you know, whatever conventional tools they can come up with, and allowed Jackie Boy to survive a couple times in those fights, Sanctity as well, thanks to their supports. So when you have this big damage battery, 103,000 hero damage dealt Gyrocopter. That is a beast.
It was really impressive by Narman, the way he gets the Wind Waker and uses the Tombstone with the Glyph and the Aether Lens. So that was very impressive. So I really liked what he could do. And he's going to go for it again. Narman, 3rd time's the charm with Undying. After game 1, we were saying, like, it's not his fault they lost, but we didn't feel the impact. Game 2, I honestly feel like you can give him MVP for how well he played around the Black Hole.
But going into this draft, we've got the Nature's Prophet and the Lina. Of course, the Undying will make another appearance here for Glyph. So 3 out of 3 games, the same Undying hero. Lina did manage to sneak through the draft with the Earth Spirit being banned out this time by Playtime. A hero that has been the topic of a lot of talk. Has this hero found its place? Has it been countered enough that Lina doesn't find the impact she's looking for? We got a Marcy coming up too, which has also been played from the offlane position. We'll want to see if there's some good bodyguard targets in their team. Do we put Marcy as a support in that stead? But has been played a lot from the pause 3 role.
Probably her best role, to be honest with you, to play her as a core. I think that, sure, she can function as a support, but oftentimes what do you build as a support? Phase Boot, BKB, and then Basher. So it's kind of the same thing. And Marcy is going with her BFF, the Mirana, you know, the princess and the bodyguard. What could be nicer there?
Well, talk about good bodyguard targets. That's exactly that. We saw the offlane Marcy yesterday in the Yakult Brothers versus Reconix game 3. That Marcy was pretty scary. Went for the Dominator first. So Dominator, BKB, Blink, Abyssal. So exactly the 3 items you mentioned, plus the Dominator start.
Of course, yeah. Can't believe I forgot that one. Gives you a great jump target to go into the fights or to escape. But Glyph, what are we going to be working with? Right now, it does feel like it's a very bad Tombstone game, to be fair with you. Great for the save, of course. But Mirana, very high attack speed. Your leap gives you like 100. Marcy, you know, the 5 punches are from level 1. The Lina as well has good attack speed. So, oh, look at that. There is an Ember and as well as the Zeal Darkseer. So Glyph is sticking to a lot of what we know. Nature's Prophet from game 1, Undying as well as Darkseer from game 2. But this is going to be a carry Nature's Prophet, very likely, because Ember mid and Darkseer off lane.
Yeah, it is starting to look like the cores have been locked in for Glyph. There's one more pick for Playtime, knowing that they see all the laning matchups. So now I'm getting curious about the fact, do we see something like a Mirana carry? Do we play Marcy carry, Marcy off lane, Lina carry, Lina mid? We've seen her in both the roles. the Chinese teams have really liked playing Lina as a carry above the mid laner. Now you see the matchup is going to be the Ember. So with the Axe, that means the Marcy's going somewhere else.
Yeah, she is. Very likely as a 5, I would say. Unless they, as you mentioned, like there is a lot of flexibility on playtime, but sometimes the simplest solution is the right one. I'm thinking Lina mid, Axe off. Lina could be carry, but the Mirana and the Marcy very likely to be the supports. For Glyph, the question becomes: will Nature Prophet be flexed in any way? Nature Prophet carry can be very hit and miss.
Mid. Who's the one who played it mid before in the tournament? It did have one of those. I think it was Analog. Yeah, it was Midas Club. So Analog played the mid Furion.
Okay. Well,
so that was not Glyph.
I feel like he's very flexible, though. I mean, we saw it with Zeal take it game 1. Obviously, he's not going to be doing that in this game. He's like, guys, they destroyed me. I never want to play this hero again.
Well, there's the Willow and the Spirit Breaker banned out by playtime, suspecting more pause for answers, something to suspect here. The next assassin was left in the pool. There's also the Bane, which a couple teams have pulled off from the off lane. There's no Hoodwink this time around, though. I mean, the Bane is not a bad idea either, but might be an easy catch until you rush Ags. The Ags is something that you really want to get as soon as possible. There is the LSA, there's the Marcy jump, there's the arrow, Axe call. But what helps them deal the most damage? Like, what do you really want from your support? They have 0 stuns. So it would be nice to have another stun here, but it's got to be the 24th pick support, so that you don't get to see that too often. Usually 23rd is when you pick your +4. We've got a Clinks, at least for playtime.
Could they go for something like a Lion at this stage of the game? The problem is with the heroes that are like with high disables, they tend to be very easy to catch and kill. But no stuns is rough. You have a Root, you have a Pull, you have the Sprout, whatever you want to consider that. But yeah, no actual hard stuns is rough. To be fair, they could play Nature's Prophet as a support and pick an Enigma. I wouldn't mind that for the 3rd time for Jabs. As Abed, he's been all smiles this tournament, very happy. He's like, yeah, I'm just, they call me the Sea Killer. And he's been playing against only SEA teams so far.
All right, let's see what the option is going to be. Reserve time is running out. Oh, we have something else. We have a support Furion for Narman, maybe. Unless Narman decides to continue with the Undying, because we have a Spectre last pick.
Nah, it's going to be Narman. Narman Undying has to be. And Spectre's going to go for the carry role. And position 4, Yokam Nature's Prophet.
Okay.
Very, very nice.
Well, it is a pretty good Spectre game. Again, the lane looks pretty good. The game overall looks pretty good. All that burst damage that they have is all reflected and reduced by dispersion. But they do have heavy burst, so if they just build stats on that Spectre, I think Jackie Boy can just live throughout all the damage that is sent his way.
It's great. I love Spectre against heroes that can be a little sneaky, you know, like the Mirana. She's like, the Clinks makes everyone who goes invisible, and you go, oh, you thought you can escape the eye of Sauron? But nope. It just uses the ultimate, shows up on everyone. So I like the Spectre last pick, and I think Jackie Boys in this team has done a really, really good job of, he's the one you want to give in the last 2 seconds before the buzzer is about to hit. You can trust this guy to win the game for you. So I'm glad that they give him a super hard carry like the Spectre. Overall, I entered the series hoping Glyph would win. I think this is a very solid draft from them, and I'm rooting for them in game 3. Go Glyph.
All right. I mean, I share the vibes, but I can't go against Abed on this one. I do feel like Abed has been really, really solid throughout this tournament, and he might just be again, you know, the SEA Slayer.
I
Slayer of
see
his
where.
own kin.
Okay, I see how the friendship goes now. You know, friendship with Arthur's over. Abed is now my best friend. Is that how it works for you, Panda?
I mean, you shouldn't mix business life with friendship, my friend.
Well, it's my fault. My fault. Yeah,
Can't afford to go emotional when you're making business decisions, my friend Otamo. But I mean, I've really loved Witz's performances so far. Schofield is amazing as always. I think Jabs is popping off with all these big team fight heroes. Almisho has looked great. Abed is solid as ever. So I really think that Glyph is the team that needs to slightly upgrade themselves if they are to take that series win. And they're only one game away. If we're able to stretch it into a decider, now they got to make use of it.
Yeah, it's definitely the most critical match. This is the most critical stage of the tournament. Going from the quarterfinals to the semifinals, doubling your money, getting a second chance if you lose in the semifinals. If you lose here, you're just... The only thing you get is a decent amount of money and a plane ticket home. And that was kind of crazy for me when I was leaving from Paris. I see some of the teams that were eliminated there, like in the airport with me. I'm like, oh, right, you were eliminated yesterday. You don't get to stay a single day extra. You're just out now. So same thing here. You could be leaving on the flight tomorrow.
I'm going.
All right, let's see. We've already got that ward placed down in the mid lane. Should be somewhat of an easy D ward, but Schofield is playing around with the vision that he has. So support Marcy, indeed, in this game. Almisho to play the Mirana again. Almisho did have a pretty decent Mirana last time around. He played it in the group stage.
You know, I can't say I love the draft from Playtime very much. It's got like two kind of I don't want to call them skill-based. Everything is skill-based, but not exactly point-and-click stuns with the arrow as well as the jump from the Marcy. Axe can sort of go in first, but he needs a blink dagger. The Lina stun can miss. Like, we talk about stuns. Yes, they have them, but one of them needs to land, and that's not super easy. On the other side, they have no stuns.
Yeah, talk about skill-based when you're playing Undying.
Hey, did you see his saves last game? Come on, you cannot tell me that guy was not like playing out of his mind.
I bought the right items.
And clicked the right buttons in the right time. That's all very talented. Oh, right. I see someone is a bit of an Undying hater.
I'm a guy who plays Undying quite a lot.
Yeah, so you should know how skill-based he is.
Yeah, he's a wheelchair. It's literally a wheelchair hero. You don't need to know anything about it to work. If you want skill-based heroes, you can list so many different types of... Like, I'll give you Dark Willow has a really high skill ceiling.
Fair. Very, very fair. She is. Like, which one you use of her abilities makes a big difference. But let's look at the laning phase for a little bit here, because we actually I didn't get to touch on it just yet. So top lane is going to be the Darkseer and the Nature's Prophet versus the Marcy and the Clinks. I feel like Playtime should have a very good time top lane. You really don't do so. Like, if you jump on the Nature's Prophet, he's dead every time. Very scary situation for him. I think Glyph should be kind of destroyed top, in fact. As bottom lane, ooh.
Let's see how they decide to play this one through. I mean, Spectre is deadly, and as you can see how much damage this hero does. We're only at level 2 and absolutely obliterating jabs on that axe, and that's going to be Jokum teleporting in to snatch that first blood. Spectre is so obnoxious when it comes to leaving a hero alone in the lane. There's just, you can never stand your ground versus a Spectre.
That is such an interesting phrase to hear, because, you know, years ago, let's say like a decade ago, Spectre was seen as such a bad laner, anti-mage as well. You know, these were like, oh, these guys are so bad, you gotta babysit them. Now it's like, oh, you go up against a Spectre in the lane, you're gonna get crushed.
You do need to get that that little mental suplex on top of your opponent. You have to really feel the zone. You have to really smell the air, get those vibes in. Wits is burning quite heavily. A lot of blood grenades being tossed around. At least that's one good thing about the Marcy with that repositioning tool. But they're still going to fight against the double ion shell. Schofield, I'd think twice, but Wits gets the kill. Man, that is some beautiful calculation. How long can that Marcy stick around until she has to disengage, allowing Wits to get some extra punches in? And they get the kill, and maybe even a second, as they are chasing down that Darkseer. And this is just Schofield Wits. This is art. This is art.
I mean, Joachim even... Oh, wait, the art.
Norman and Joachim coming in. All right, they're bringing in the reinforcements here. Marcy decides to disengage in the other direction, diving under the tower with the creep wave, tanking the hits. So he gets away. Wits is not as lucky.
Nice move there by Joachim to secure the kill in the end. As arrow lands!
All right, and there goes Sanctity. El Misho and Abed. This is, I mean, I felt a bit of a blast from the past when I talked about this with John not too long ago, but when I would play Marana, when I was still a Pulse 4 player, that was like back in 2015. I'd just go into mid, throw an arrow, and my buddy would get a first blood every single time. And that just looked exactly the same. You come in close, throw in that arrow into the river, and your mid player says thank you. Meanwhile, El Misho diving under the tower this time around, tanking the tower, but gets the kill on Narman. Tries to get info on Jackie Boy. And you know, it's a Spectre, so you really have to pay attention to how long you can stick around. Luckily, Jabs is nearby, and Jackie Boy is out of resources. So El Misho gets away with the kill. And Joachim TP next to him. The Nature's Prophet is now hunting the Marana. Schofield is arriving,
nice
so Marcy saves the princess.
Good down, Mr. President. Well done there.
Yeah.
That kill mid, by the way, has resulted in a huge El Misho.
Still can't escape. Yeah, they should know now that there's a ward placed down at the gate.
Not gonna do them too much good now to know it now, right? It's probably gonna be lasting
that ward's
not much
paid
long.
off already.
Yeah. But yeah, mid lane, Sanctity kind of was asleep at the wheel. Abed is now a level ahead of him, almost a full level. Like he's only 5.25 on Sanctity, and 12 CS. The denies as well from Abed. One arrow, and Sanctity just crushed the lane. Sorry, got crushed. I mean.
Yeah.
Oh, there again.
A lot of crushing going on. That arrow stun is just enough to follow it up with an LSA, and Sanctity down again. Abed will find his second here. It is El Misho who got the kill, but for Abed, a lot of relief in the lane. That Ember is still not even level 6.
I was listening to your story, by the way, about how you used to go mid and like get arrows and win the lane for you. I believed all of it, but at the end you tripped off a little bit. You said my mid laner would thank me.
He actually did. He actually did, because I mean, how old was I back then? So that was 11 years ago. So I was like, what, 21, 22, something like that. Still, you know, a young prodigy coming into the Dota scene and everything. He was a lot younger than me. So he was just happy he had a friend in a game, right? So making that rotation, enabling him getting kills. And when it kept being a repeating story of every time he's like, pick Marana, I pick Shadowfiend. We always did the same, like Marana Shadowfiend, over and over and over again. We played a couple hundred games like that.
Nice. Oh no, when you say it's a friend, I'm like, I cannot believe it. But when you're like random pubs thanking you for rotations, I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe that's how it
doesn't happen. So you're right about that. But, you know, power of friendship and pubs.
Joachim,
but we still have to find who is guilty at the end of the game. So that still comes into play. Jabs was trying to get the call for the arrow to connect, but it doesn't matter. Joachim will still fall dead, and that's the 6th kill for playtime.
Did Schofield steal theirs? I mean, I wish you could press enter to see, because my eyes were focused on the playtime and only. Yeah, one for one. Okay, 1 for 1.
It was a bit late for that one. I think the Darkseer was able to pick up the other.
You know, I will say this.
6 now. Go ahead.
While I believe either team can win, walking from this game, Glyph has been... Playtime has impressed me more than Glyph by a lot. Like, they won the laning stage, first game crushed, Second game, they lost laning phase and still almost won the game. Like, it was very, very close for playtime. And then game 3, they're crushing the laning phase again. The double arrow on Sanctity, massive victory. Like, you can't argue that playtime has played better in the first 2 games.
Yeah, they have been better than their opponents in different fields. I feel like playtime has maybe struggled a bit with the communication part of things, but they have figured it out very well during the course of this tournament. Glyph they were solid when the tournament started. They went 4-0. They didn't drop a map in the groups. They had a day off, and then they got upset a bit by playtime in that first game. It's like, all right, we're not immortal, guys. We got to wake up into this one. And game 2 was a true battle, which either team could have won, and that was still really good from playtime. So yeah, I think overall, I 100% agree with you that playtime has definitely impressed me a bit more. So this is truly a show for Glyph. If this game 3, if they somehow manage to get a strong chokehold of this game over playtime, a team that has played really well, I think that's a statement in itself that Glyph is definitely a top 4 team. But it's down to them to show.
Unfortunately, if Glyph gets eliminated, there's going to be no C teams in the top 4. Whereas if playtime gets eliminated, there's still the possibility of LGD doing this, making it through, and we'll have a nice tri-region in the finals, or final 4 at least. China guaranteed 2 teams there because they have 2 Chinese matches coming out. So Vici,
how do they always end up in that situation? I feel like every tournament, when there's only X amount of Chinese teams in the tournament, they have to play against each other, and usually in the lower bracket. It's always the same story. They just can't seem to escape that.
I remember that happens a ton for South America in TI, right? Every time, 2 South American teams wait through the group stage, they're like, put them together. Yeah. They'll bring in the fans.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Yeah, what was the one? Was it like Thunder Awaken or Thunder Predator versus
Beast Coast?
Beast Coast. Yeah, it's like always those 2 going up against